Hello. Both solutions-focused brief therapy and narrative therapy are considered to be postmodern therapy approaches. Both of these therapies believe people are strong, resourceful, and are able to make positive changes in their lives without the need to diagnose. Implementing goals are important in both of these theories, and placing an importance of goal achievement, resources, and client views are instrumental. And all of that comes from Corey 2021. These therapeutic approaches can even feed off one another. And what I mean by that is, let's say the problem is with anger. A solutions-focused therapist may begin helping the client find solutions by utilizing the narrative therapy's externalizing conversations. For example, again, if the problem is with anger, the therapist may begin finding solutions by using language that makes anger the problem for the person, not the angry person as the problem. While solutions-focused focuses on solutions to problems without giving the problem too much focus, narrative therapists allow the client to express feelings about the problem, but then help them change the perspective, allowing for solutions. And that comes from Corey 2021. In this fast-paced world, postmodern theories such as solutions-focused brief therapy allow for effective change in a short amount of time. In fact, solutions-focused brief therapy normally contains only about 5 sessions or so, and that comes from Corey 2021. Both narrative and solutions-focused theories view the client in such a high regard that they do not believe diagnosis is necessary, and this high regard can help clients integrate positive changes in their lives. Another strength is the effective use of questions. Open-ended questions and questions that are geared towards the future really help the client begin to develop solutions. And all that comes from Corey 2021. These theories contain many techniques, and unfortunately, new therapists may have a difficult time implementing them all. In fact, some therapists have realized that focusing too much on these techniques can take away from the therapeutic relationship. So they've begun to make changes in this area. And that comes from Corey 2021 as well. Regarding Christian principles, I believe we have a solutions-focused God. He did not leave us to dwell on the problem of our sin, but he provided the ultimate solution with Christ on the cross. If we believe, or if we change our narrative to view life through God's eyes, we see that the God of the universe loves us so much that he provided a solution to save us from our sins. The beginning of John 3:16 does not begin with because of our sin. It begins with, for God so loved the world, that he gave us his son as a solution to our sin problem, essentially. The gospel begins and ends with Jesus, not our sin, although it's important to understand the seriousness of sin. Dwelling on it will get us nowhere. And although this is important, we need to remember the weightiness of our sin and how serious the solution of death on a cross is. Although God forgets our sin, we shouldn't forget our sin, because it helps us remember how gracious our God is. When it comes to measurable outcomes, it can be difficult to measure how far a client has come if there is no focus on the problem. While the problem should not be the most important focus, in order to see how far the client has come, perhaps by utilizing scaling questions, we need to know where the client began. The client or therapy is also so short that I wonder what the long-term effectiveness of therapy is like. Thank you guys so much for listening.